Appeals Court invalidates many of Trump's tariffs. Next stop, the Supreme Court. A federal appeals by the court struck down most of President Trump's Congress, averting global import tariffs Friday in a dispute and that's predicted to head to the US Supreme Court. And the 7-4 ruling issued by 11 judges for the US Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit in Washington, D.C. allows the tariffs pathway to remain in place while the administration decides on an appeal to the US Supreme Court. And the 7-4 ruling issued by 11 judges for the US Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit in Washington, D.C. allows the tariffs pathway to remain in place while the administration decides on an appeal to the US Supreme Court. And the decision upholds a ruling handed down in May by the US Court of International Trade, CIT, saying that the president, by the way, lacked legal authority to order by way of executive orders a series of global tariffs imposed on US trading partners. And we affirm, by the way, that CIT holding that the trafficking and reciprocal tariffs imposed, by the way, by the challenged executive orders exceed the authority delegated to the president and the majority held in the ruling. And we also, by the way, affirm the CIT grant of declaratory relief the orders and invalid as contrary, by the way, to law at the center of the dispute in the scope of the national security based law and enacted in 1977, known as IEEPA, and the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, and the law authorizes the president to regulate international commerce after declaring, by the way, a national emergency. And in response to these declared emergencies, Donald Trump, by the way, has departed from the established tariff schedules and imposed varying tariffs of unlimited duration on imports of nearly all goods from nearly every country with which the United States conducts trade. And the court, by the way, said in its ruling in a post to his social media website, Trust Social, the President Trump, by the way, said a highly partisan appeals court incorrectly says that our tariffs, by the way, should be removed. And but they know the United States, by the way, of America will win in the end. And if these tariffs, by the way, ever went away, it would be a total disaster for the country. And the court, by the way, emphasized that under the US Constitution and Congress is empowered to lay and collect taxes, duties, and imposts and excises, and to regulate commerce with foreign nations. And tariffs, by the way, tariffs are a tax, and the framers of the Constitution expressly contemplated the exclusive grant of taxing power to the legislative branch, the ruling said. And the court, by the way, was tasked with deciding if IEEPA is among a handful of rare exceptions that extend limited taxing power to the president, a power otherwise exclusive to Congress. Thank you so much. Have a nice time and great day. Thank you.